War on sea theories could lead to famine of the word. Shalom. First and foremost, giving all praises, honor, glory, respect, and blessings to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rachat Wadash. Salutations to the Lord's elect on the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth and sincerity while patiently waiting for Yahweh Shai's return. And double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, which have taught us everything we know through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. And this article comes, the inspiration of this video comes from an article that the brother Yashawamba showed in his video here from Dallas, Texas, in his channel called Remnant Saved 144. Now, the reason why I believe that this could lead to famine of the word is because, well, in this video, Alex Jones made a statement about, one of the mass shootings, and in that he got prosecuted. Basically, he got sued for $4 million. And who knows? Maybe he's paying. I don't want to. I don't want to say too much, but I was going to say that maybe he was paying $4 million to some crisis actors, or maybe that child really died. I don't know, but basically, there's a lot going on right now in the world, man. The devil, Esau Edom, he's angry. He's mad because his kingdom is going down. And basically, as I've said before, the closer we get to the end of Edom's empire, the more harder things are going to get. They're already updating their YouTube algorithms to pick up on certain code words that we say on YouTube now. So now we have to be even more careful what we say, certain words we have to spell out. It's just, at the end of the day, it's just these gutter rats basically upgrading their algorithms. But I'll also just say this, certain of you brothers should be careful because they have hired certain people to watch our videos. Just in case if we didn't say anything in particular, but we showed something. Because I remember I've done a video, and I believe it was last year, I had did a video, and the only dialogue that was in my video was when I normally give praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, salutations to the elect, and double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. After that, the rest of the video was just music and me basically showing particular pictures on the screen. So there's no way YouTube's algorithms could have picked up on that. So in order for a video like that to have been flagged and taken down, it meant that somebody was watching the video and then they flagged it. So, brothers, I'm just saying, be careful, because they have hired certain people to watch our videos now, But like I said, the closer we get to the end, the harder things are going to get in this truth. But, like Bruce Lee said, don't pray for an easy life, pray to endure a hard one. Because like Yahweh Shai said in the book of Matthew, the 24th chapter, whosoever shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. So this is the book of Psalms, chapter 64, verse 1. It says, to the chief musician, a psalm of David, hear my voice, O Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, in my prayer. Right, and that's why prayer is so important. But I just gotta throw this out there. IUIC some years back you said that nobody was going to know the name of the Lord until Yahushua returns. Well, if that's the case, then we're all screwed. Because how are we going to pray to the Heavenly Father and the Son if we don't know their names? Because according to the Holy Scriptures, the elect is going to be delivered. And I'm not saying I'm of the elect. I hope I'm of the elect. Lord's will, I'm of the elect. But we know that the elect is going to know the name of the Lord and His Son before Yahushua makes His grand return. And that's presuming to the book of Acts chapter 2 verse 21, where it says, "And it shall come to pass that whosoever shall call on the name of the Lord shall be saved." Verse 22, "Ye men of Israel." Okay, so the elect is going to know the name of the Lord before the Lord returns. Okay, but even before the Lord returns, a lot of prayers is going to be going up from the Lord's elect, because of the times that they're going to get ready to enter into. Some of the Lord's elect might have to be locked up for saying certain things in their videos. Okay, remember, the UN have declared war on dangerous sea theories that you see up there. So now, if you say anything about the shootings, hell, you might even say something about the financial system crashing and the so-called elites through the Illuminati by the United States government being responsible for it. You can even say something like, the so-called elites through the Illuminati by the governments are responsible for these different food corporations being destroyed and a famine being systematically induced upon the planet. You say things like that, and hey, there's a chance that you could be locked up or you could be fined. Because let's face it, the so-called elites, they don't want the truth to get out there, okay? Their power lies in their secrecy, keeping people in the dark. But presuming to the book of Luke, chapter 8, verse 17, what did Yahushua say? Let's just get it real quick before I continue on here. What did Yahushua say? Okay, Luke chapter 8, verse 17. These are the words of Yahushua, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus. He said, "For nothing is secret that shall not be made manifest, neither anything hid that shall not be known and come abroad." So, anything that is hid or secret is going to be made manifest, it's going to be known, and it's going to come abroad. So no matter how hard they try to hide their secret wickedness, it's going to be exposed to the world. So back in Psalms chapter 64 verse 1, it says, "To the chief magician, a psalm of David, hear my voice, O Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai." Yahweh being the true name of the Heavenly Father, Yahushua being the true name of who the world ignorantly calls Jesus. It says, "In my prayer, preserve my life from fear of the enemy." Okay? Right. Because these devils, they're going to try to use all kind of scare tactics in order to, try to get you to stop us, administering this truth. But we know the elect is not going to stop, okay? Because at the end of the day, we're not afraid to be locked up for this truth. I mean, Lord's will, I'm a man of the Lord. Lord's will, I am of the elect. Lord's will, we are not afraid to be locked up for this truth, okay? But if we are locked up for this truth, okay, who ordained it? The Lord did, okay? It's all a test to see where our faith is at. Are we going to pray and call on Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, while we're sitting in jail? It's all a test, okay? But just know this, if we should be locked up for this truth, right? Think about Peter. Okay, Peter was locked up for this truth, but what happened? The Lord sent an angel to get him out. So the book of Psalms, chapter 64, verse 2, it says, Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked. You know, this is all a part of the secret counsel of the wicked. Why? It's all an attack to stop this truth from coming out. But guess what? We still got a job to do. And we still gotta, we still gotta continue to expose these devils even until the very end. Even if we gotta start using code words like seed theories instead of saying the actual word. We still gotta continue to, because the so-called elites, they don't want people to know that the world is being manipulated by them. If you noticed, that was the very first thing they said in their video, and it's probably because let me see something real quick. Hold on. Right? Let me show you something. The description of my video here, and I'm not saying this is, well, you know what, I don't really need to show it. It's not even important. But they're being exposed on a level to where, like it tells you, they won't be able to hide themselves. Okay, so the book of Psalms, chapter 64, verse 2. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. Okay, the UN declaring war on dangerous seed theories. This is all a part of the agenda of the so-called global elite. So that way, when something happens on the earth, they'll be the last one to be blamed by the simple masses. Oh no, the so-called elites came. There's no way the global elites could be responsible for that. That's got to be a seed theory. And that's because they know that the masses of the people are still asleep out there. Yes, a large amount of people is waking up around the world, but for the most part, there's still more people asleep in this world than there is people that actually knows what's going on. So they're going to prey upon the minds of the people who are still asleep in the world, who don't know what's going on. Okay, verse 3. Okay, Psalms chapter 64, verse 3. Who whet their tongue like a sword. Here's an example of them whetting their tongue like a sword. Declaring war on seed theories is an example of them whetting their tongue like a sword. Okay, they made an example out of Alex Jones, in order to scare these different so-called seed theorists into into not doing any more videos concerning the Illuminati or the secret agenda of the so-called elites. But guess what? You can scare those so-called seed theorists, but you cannot scare the men of the Lord and to stop doing this truth. The elect is going to continue to push this truth and expose you devils until the time that Yahweh shall come back. Okay? Or until the famine of the word comes. Because the scriptures speak about the famine of the word. And this right here, the fact that the UN declares war on dangerous seed theories, this could be an example of leading to a famine of the word. So it says, who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words. Okay? Even bitter words. And these right here are bitter words, okay? These are bitter words. And they are bitter words that only serve to put more pressure on the men of the Lord. But we know that the men of the Lord are not going to fold under pressure. Verse 4, it says, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Okay, the perfect is talking about the elect. Okay, in the book of Revelation, the 14th chapter, it tells you that in their mouth was found no guile, for they are without fault before the throne of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. It says, suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. Right. Well, here's an example of them taking shots at us. Because ultimately they're doing this because they're really aiming at us. The men who know the truth, who have the 100% truth, they're really doing it because they're aiming at us. You know, you think they're worried about the average conspiracy, the average sea theorist out there? No. But I tell you who the so-called elites are afraid of. They're afraid of the men that has the 100% truth, that got the name of the Heavenly Father and the Son, and is bringing out their nationality through the Spirit, exposing who Babylon is in the Holy Scriptures, and lining up prophecies and events with the Holy Scriptures. The men that know the biblical nationality, okay, they are of the elect of the nation of Israel. The Israelites, which are the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native Indians. Okay, that's who the so-called elites fear. Okay, it says they encourage themselves in an evil manner. Okay, and there's a precept to that. Micah chapter 2 verse 1. They encourage themselves in an evil manner. In an evil manner. And this is how they do so. Micah chapter 2 verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity. When you devise iniquity, it means you're having a conference meeting about it. You know, you're sharing your evil ideas with other people, and work evil upon their beds. The moment these devils lay their little hairy asses down, they're premeditating on more evil they could bring, not just to the world, but to the nation of Israel. When the morning is light, they practice it through rituals, through experiments, whether if it's on people or animals or insects, gene splicing, because it is in the power of their hand. Right, Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Okay, who rules the earth today? The Edomites do, starting with the so-called elites, trickling down to the rest of their nation, the people. So back in Psalm 64 verse 5, it says, they encourage themselves in an evil matter. Right? They devise iniquity the moment they lay upon their beds. They commune of laying snares privately. Right. This right here is a trap. But we know that the Lord is going to preserve his elect men from traps. Why? Because like it tells you in the book of Jeremiah, there is no enchantments against Jacob. So you can set all the traps you want, but we know the Lord's elect is going to dodge them. And if not, the Lord is going to deliver them out of those traps. It says, they say, who shall see them? Right? Isaiah the 29th chapter, right? Woe to them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Lord, and their works are in the dark. And they say, who seeth us, who knoweth us? Okay? That's their mentality. Verse 6. They, the so-called elites, the head of the Illuminati, search out iniquities. And how do they search out iniquities? By reading books based on witchcraft, by reading books based on sorcery, by reading books based on life studies and biology. Okay? Books about geoengineering, pioneering. They search out iniquities by conducting human and animal experimentations, experiments with insects, experiments with marine life, with food. Okay? They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search. Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart, which the word heart goes back to the Hebrew word lab, which means your mind, and their mind is deep. Okay, so that's pretty much all I wanted to read there, man. You know, now let's bring this out. Let me see. Okay, Amos chapter 8 verse. No, let me get that in Isaiah first. Isaiah chapter 55 verse 6. Okay, Isaiah 55 verse 6. It says, "Seek ye the Lord while he may be found." Right. Because real soon, videos is going to start, they're going to start tackling videos that basically, expose the wicked agenda of the so-called elites. Even if it's videos that was uploaded 1 year ago, 2 years ago, they're going to start upgrading their algorithms to flag videos like that. So don't be surprised if you see a video that you did 3 years ago that somehow got flagged and removed because it basically, exposed the wicked agenda of the so-called elites. We might start seeing more videos more channels getting removed. Okay? So it says, "Seek ye the Lord while he may be found. Call ye upon him while he is near." Right. Because now the so-called elites, they're going to start looking for super petty reasons to have channels removed, especially channels of brothers that know the truth, that have the 100% truth, following after the teachings of the apostles of Great Millstone. Okay? So call ye, this is the time to stop playing around, man. While you jakes are out there playing around, man, this is the time to get this word. This is the time to get this reproof, this correction. This is the time to figure out what to do, in order to do that which is pleasing, to do that which is right in the eyes of the Lord. Hold on, give me a moment. Romans 13 verse 12. You got to be very particular when you type in. So it is verse 11. Okay, Romans chapter 3 verse 11. "And that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep." This is the time to put away that smoking, stop doing drugs, stop selling drugs, stop gang banging, stop eating unclean foods, stop committing adultery, stop getting tattoos, cut your dreads, stop lining up your head or your beards, stop making cuttings in your flesh. Stop that gang banging life. Stop that gang banging life. Stop worshiping idols and false gods. Come back. If you're a Hebrew Israelite, which will be a so-called Negro, Latino, or Native Indian, if you can hear and understand His word, this is the time to take it very, very seriously, man. Because we're getting ready to enter into some serious times. For now is our salvation nearer than when we believed. So now let's go back to Isaiah 55 verse 7. "Let the wicked forsake his way, and the unrighteous man his thoughts, and let him return unto the Lord." Put off that spirit of being a mole, a transformer, a pedophile, committing incest. Okay? Put off that nature of committing bestiality. Stop eating pork. Learn when the Sabbath comes in, which is based upon the new moon. Learn what not to do on the Sabbath. Because you're not supposed to have sex on the Sabbath. You're not supposed to cook on the Sabbath. It says, "And let him return unto the Lord, and he will have mercy upon him, and to our God, for he will abundantly pardon." Okay? So seek ye the Lord while he may be found, man. Because these devils, they're going to start coming up with justifiable ways to where they're going to start coming up with justifiable ways to remove our videos. And this is one of them right here. Okay? Isaiah 55 verse 7, it says, Amos chapter 8 verse 11. Okay, it says, "Behold, the days come, save the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai." And the main source of how people are able to hear the words of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is via the internet. Okay, once the internet goes, then how are you going to get this truth? Okay? In that time, you ain't going to see the men of the Lord out there on the highways and hedges. So how are you going to get this truth? How are you going to get the understanding? Then you're going to be running to and fro to look for the word of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, and you're not going to find it. Okay? All that time you spent playing around, when you could have been figuring out what to do to get right with the Lord, you ain't going to find it no more. Okay? You're not going to find those men anymore. You're not going to find videos like these anymore. So this is the time, if you can hear and understand His word and you're a Hebrew Israelite, this is the time to get this word, man, to get this understanding right now. Because the Lord is about to close the doors of mercy once again, man. And we know that once Noah closed the ark, the Lord was the one who the Spirit of the Lord was the one who kept that door shut. Okay? This time, the door is spiritual. Okay? Once the doors of mercy is shut, that's it, man. The next thing that's coming is what? The spiritual flood. And if you don't have that spiritual shelter, which is Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of the Holy Scriptures, which is Yahweh Shai, if you don't have that hedge, that covering, then you're going to be taken by the spiritual flood, which the spiritual flood is going to come in the form of martial law, starvation, disease warfare. It's going to come in the form of concentration camps, people being kidnapped, civil unrest, civil war, economy collapse, financial collapse, civil unrest, civil wars, race wars. It's going to come in the form of, monsters, apparitions, newly created beasts, DARPA robots with guns programmed to shoot and kill. Okay, curfews. You name it, man. It's going to get real bad out here. It's going to get real bad out here, man. So with that, I'm going to say shalom. It's on to the next one.